and say amen. Amen. So you're still turning Old Testament, 2 Kings, chapter 7, 3 and 4. And here we'll find these words. And there were 4 leprous men at the entering in of the gate. And they said one to another, why sit we here until we die? If we say we will enter into the city, then the famine is in the city, and we shall die there. And if we sit still here, we die also. Now therefore come, and let us fall unto the host of the Syrians. If they save us alive, we shall live. And if they kill us, we shall but die. I want to talk with you from this thought, even if it kills me. Even if it kills me. Even if it kills me. In these verses, it speaks of 4 men who had leprosy. And most of you already know, amen, that leprosy was something that affects the skin. It was a skin disease. And whenever you had leprosy, the history of the law of the land was that you had to live in a colony outside of the city. And the law was, Brother Deacons, that when you have obtained this disease, amen, everywhere you went, you had to declare unclean. Unclean. Everywhere you went, if you went in the store, you had to yell, unclean. Unclean. Wherever you went, amen, if it was down the road and you was approaching somebody, you had to yell, unclean. You had to yell unclean, that everybody that you met, amen, they would know that something was wrong with you, and you knew what they were saying was true about you. So if I yelled unclean, I was coming into agreement with your assessment of my values. When I yelled unclean, I'm telling you what you said about me, I agree. Y'all better stay with me right here. And that's what the problem with some of us today, amen, we are in agreement with what somebody else say about you instead of what God said about you. Somebody, amen, may have said something else in the derogatory term, and they talked down on you, amen, and you bought into what they said about you. But God said you were the head and not the tail. Y'all ain't getting that, man. Amen. Somebody, amen, you're walking around and you're bought in. You bought into the fact that what they said about you, you became the person that they thought you were. Somebody entertains the fact that your mama or your granddaddy or somebody in your family told you you will never amount to nothing. Somebody had to deal with the stigmatism. You're just like your no good dad. And every time you mess up, they remind you of what they said about you yesterday. But I come to serve notice on somebody that God said, amen, that what I gave you, you were beautifully and wonderfully made. Somebody ought to be patting your hands right now because there's some good news. Come on, somebody, tell somebody that's good news. Please get this. Watch this, Brother Deacons. The government something wrong with your skin, we got to make a place for it. Y'all stay with me right here. Let me check the pews. Okay, we good. Amen. There's something, if I had something wrong with my skin, they had to make something, amen, called a colony or a ghetto. Y'all ain't get that right there. Amen. And they said, well, we're going to put them on the other side of the fence. Okay. Let me stop right there. I know this ain't Black history and all of that, but I didn't come for no Black history. I know we're ahead of schedule. Amen. Somebody listen to me. They had a skin problem. And because it's something wrong with my skin, I can't hide it. It's one thing, amen, if I can put some mascara on it. It's one thing, amen, if I can get my hair all done and hide behind my flogging. It's one thing, amen, if I can go get me a suit, amen, and put a suit on it, amen. But it's one thing when everybody know my business, amen, I cannot hide behind my pocket. So, Sister Gillis, what do I do when my problem is on public display? Y'all don't want to hear this today, amen. Y'all don't want to hear this. Y'all don't